Hello, and thank you for taking the time to watch this quick introduction to the Innovation Box. Here it is. So what is it? Well, you can see it is a cardboard box. Very simple cardboard box, and very intentionally so. The purpose of the box, it is for line managers, department heads. If you're watching this, you're probably in the innovation business. So it isn't for you, it's for the people that you need to engage with and get innovation done and inspire their teams to do innovation. So it's a cardboard box, so it's actually relatively cheap, and intentionally cheap. We can distribute this very widely across the organisation. Now inside the box, and there should be a stack of these postcards right at the top. So here's the postcard from the boss. It clearly explains what innovation is, what it is, and why it's important. And ideally, it then sets a challenge. It says, if there's an idea that you really believe in, and if you do these things that are described and laid out in the processes in the box, then if I believe in you, and if I believe in the idea, I will back it. There is my blank check, if you like. And let me have some context. So I'm going to quickly move the box out of the way. Now the contents of the box cover the 4 most generic steps of any innovation process. So there's stuff in there to help identify opportunities to innovate. There's stuff in there to help generate ideas, to assess and select and select and assess the best ideas, and then prototyping and testing the final ideas. Now, I'm not going to show you every single item in the box because it would just simply take too long. I'm going to show you one or two. Most of the instructions actually follow a very similar format, and it's what I call the IKEA kind of instruction sheet. My aha moments. I was putting together a relatively tricky piece of IKEA furniture, feeling quite proud of myself because I was following the instructions. And I've realised actually if only we could describe how to innovate, how to ideate in such clarity. So all of these follow this same kind of format. So you will need, and then step by step. Now this one's called Challenge. This is a A2 worksheet with kind of 4 sets of questions or provocations. So there is a statement, for example, that says, "We celebrate success by," and then it asks you to use the pink, the red, amber, green Post-it notes. So if you feel that actually you celebrate success really well, it's green. If actually you feel you can improve it, it's amber. And actually if you think we don't celebrate success well, then it's red. Which then leads us into, so this quickly gets coloured in with red, amber and green, and in some cases yellow. And then we go looking for the red and the ambers to give us opportunity to innovate. So it says a bunch of provocations around our organisation and culture, our capabilities, products and services, our marketplace, our clients, partners and community. The next one, I won't show you this, but the next one is another worksheet called Frame. Frame says, well, okay, we've got lots of opportunities to improve and to innovate. How do we frame that in a way that people can then start to participate, to join in, to offer ideas? The next we're going to move on to there's actually 3 ideation tools. Here's one called 12 Bricks. This is a game I developed. If you go to 12bricks.co.uk, it's a simple game, and it does literally use 12 Lego bricks. Anyone can play this game. If you don't have young children or indeed grandchildren, you probably haven't played with Lego bricks before. So it's intentionally a very disarming exercise. People possibly come into the workshop thinking innovation. This is a bit abstract, bit airy fairy, and actually we've got them building stuff. Actually, what we've done is we remember that the innovation process. We set them a challenge, so we give them a problem to solve. They start to come up with some ideas. They put bricks on bricks, so they can start to be able to prototype, and you can see them testing it. We give them a problem that they could easily come up with in literally a few minutes, and then they can say, well, here's my finished solution, here's my idea. So within 5 minutes, it's a very, very disarming, it's very fun, but they have innovated. We can show that they have actually done those 4 steps of the innovation process. We can show that innovation is much easier than we thought it would be. The next ideation tool is Hack. Again, we're trying to make it engaging and fun. So this one does actually require, well, nip down to Tesco's and get some fun size Mars bars or Bounty bars or something. A really simple chocolate bar that everyone understands, and then is using that as a warm up to go through this process. We're asking people to why don't we reorder the components of the Mars bar? Why don't we substitute one for something else, etc., etc. So we're playing a game. We're warming up those idea muscles. They're having fun. They've got a little bit of energy burst from the chocolate as well. We can then apply it to the process or the product that we're asking the guys to come up with some ideas for. And the last one that's in there is the idea bridge. Now, the idea bridge uses the concept that we are predisposed for using one or the other side of our brain. So if we are right-sided brain thinkers, actually we find visual imagery and ideas and creativity very easy. But if you've done any ideation workshops, you recognise that actually the people we don't like so much in the workshops are the people that want to use or predisposed to using the left side. Actually, they want to figure out how stuff works and the logic, and often that comes across as they're putting up barriers. They're meeting every idea with a barrier. They're just trying to think it through. They're just trying to understand before coming up with necessarily the ideas. So the idea bridge is brilliantly formed for those types of situations. And one of the key things about the idea bridge is, look at the rules. We do it in silence. So there's no verbal or non-verbal communication allowed. And we start to build the bridge. So we have the constraints for the left brain thinkers on one side, and the ideas on the right. And we start to build the bridge from both sides. So again, simple tool, with a little bit of encouragement and a little bit of training. Anyone can do these things. The next step of the process is what we call assess. Another worksheet. Sorry, I missed one out. We're also using, there's a whole stack of these provocations for ideation. So very striking, interesting images, and on the back there's a provocation. There's a question. So, what's the pain our customers are experiencing? What can we can solve? A whole stack of those. The red ones are for the customer experience, but there's also operational excellence ones as well, which are yellow. We then move to assessment. There's two tools here. Another worksheet, which is okay. So we've got loads of ideas from our ideation workshop. How do we assess which are the best ones, the ones we're going to spend in more time on? And this simply, first of all, says, well, how are you going to judge it? And there's some simple clues there. So it says, you can see, okay, well, if we're looking for ideas that are really going to impress our customers and change the customer experience, well, novelty versus desirability on our matrix would be good. If it's actually trying to solve a problem, then possibly impact and chance of success are the crucial ones. And then we ask them to spatially put those ideas on this metric. So from low to high, low to high. We want the ideas that are going to end up in the top left quadrant, and we can start to have a discussion about the merits of those ones. The ones that actually end up on the bottom right are the ones we're probably not going to spend any more time on. And the second assessment tool is what's called the idea canvas. And again, there's another one of the tools I've been developing. There's another video which you can probably see on this YouTube page as well. So another little box. Actually, the box contains a pack of post-it notes. And on each side of the 6 sides of the box, there is a step in the process that helps you describe and evaluate any idea. So, and under you can see this is one I've already filled in. There's a bunch of provocations, bunch of questions here to help people. So, from 1 to 6, if you can fill in all 6, then you have a fully formed idea. An idea that somebody else, someone that perhaps needs to make a decision around the investment, can then really fully understand and fully assess. And there's a bunch of these idea canvases in the box. The last step of the process is the testing and prototyping. Let me just get you that worksheet. This is one of the harder ones. obviously lots of ideas won't get this far. There are actually 3 tools on this worksheet. There's one I call the mystery button, the Pinocchio, and the concierge. And then under each one of those, as well as describing what we mean by that, there is a bunch of experiments. There's some hints, some experiments that people can do to test, to use that prototyping tool to test their idea. So that's the innovation box. So they are intentionally cheap. You can distribute them very widely. It is a tool for line managers. It's a tool for people to help those managers out there to do stuff, to do some innovation in a very simple format. Now, of course, we want to do something with those ideas. Well, the last element of that is that another set of these postcards that you can give out to people. We say, well, okay, once you've had those ideas, if you want to put them in, if you want to get people to listen to them and evaluate them, and hopefully sponsor them, then use the accompanying app, which is either available on a mobile phone or on the desktop as well. So some really simple instructions there. Hope this is useful. Hope this has got you thinking. Of course, if you need any more information, don't hesitate to come back to me. And actually, I'd love to know what you think as well.